Hey Elm Street Brats, it's your boy Kid Kruger here with a brand new review of the brand new documentary that I just got in the mail this weekend. It is entitled, "You're So Cool, Brewster!" The Fright Night story. It is a huge documentary by Dead Mouse Productions and Cult Screenings UK. The same people that brought to us the documentary Leviathan, the story of Hellraiser and Hellraiser 2, which, just forewarning you now, these things have been in limited run, so I don't know if this is still available, but if you go to Fright Night Documentary on Facebook, that will give you all the links to get to their website and see if you can still order it. I'm not sure, because I ordered my copy last year when it was still a Kickstarter campaign, and we finally got them this year. We were supposed to get them in time for Halloween, but there was a little bit of a production setback, and so then they were released by Christmas, which then they had come from overseas, and so now they are here, and oh my god, it is so worth it. We are talking a 3-hour documentary, and that's not including the supplemental materials on the next disc. You get it on Blu-ray and DVD, with a supplemental disc on DVD. 3-hour documentary, starting from talking to Tom Holland, the writer and director of the movie, who is just flat out hysterical. Just him talking about him writing Fright Night and about how he wanted to be Charlie Brewster, because he was like, if I had lived next door to a vampire when I was a teen guy, that would have been my dream. And he talks about how much he was laughing at himself while he was writing the script because it brought him so much joy. I would have been the exact same way. I'm sorry, if I found out that my next door neighbor was a vampire, not only would I have kept his secret, I would have brought him over snacks all the time. I have enemies. Eat them. And I would let him eat all the hookers he wanted to next door, as long as he left me and mine alone. Maybe brought me over for a dinner party occasionally. Okay, maybe not dinner, but you know what I'm talking about. But it starts off with Tom Holland, the director, talking about the process of writing the script and how the script evolved. And at first it was this thing, and he didn't even have a female character involved. First it was a group of male friends all like trying to fight this vampire, and then he went back and rewrote it, and that's where we got Amy was introduced into it. Things like that. Things I love to hear about. I love to hear the evolution of a movie because I'm just a big freaking geek. But it was amazing. They talked to Tom Holland, they talked to the entire cast, William Ragsdale, Stephen Jeffries, Chris Sarandon, Amanda Burst, like everybody. They even have a little retrospective with Roddy McDowall talking about how fantastic he was and how amazing everybody said he was and how much he was loved and adored and how much fun he had making the Fright Night movies. It was touching. It was touching. It was really well done. They talk about the special effects here because everything was practical. They talk you through it. They show you old photos and footage of them doing test makeup and putting makeup on the people, and the actors talk about the makeup processes, talk about the contact lenses and how they were nightmarish because they were thick glass. Like, they cover everything. There was a section where they talk about the score with Brad Fiedel and that he wrote, and here's the soundtrack right here, original vinyl. Thank you. Yeah. But they talk about the score and the fact that all of the songs on the soundtrack were written for the movie, which at that time were completely unheard of, because normally they would just pull songs from different genres for a soundtrack, but each one of these songs was written to go in the scenes that they were involved in the movie, which I think is spectacular, which makes a lot of sense, because I used to listen to this soundtrack on repeat, and just listening to the album tells the story, which is fantastic! They cover everything in this documentary. It was so worth the wait. It is so drenched in information and nostalgia, and just like shows that everybody in this production had such a love for this movie and for the craft and for like what they were doing. They even have a section of the documentary where they talk about Fright Night 2, which I didn't ever really know much about other than seeing it on home video. Like why the distribution was so small, how it was linked to a very well-known and publicized murder. Watch it. Find out. It was disturbing. I had no idea that those things were connected. But it explains why it got such, like, a lackluster release, and why it's kind of like just like a cult status movie nowadays, Fright Night 2. I didn't find it as good as the original, but I still think it was a worthy sequel, and it's a good, horror movie. It had the humor, it had, the camp, it had amazing special effects as well. Some stuff was underutilized, I think, but they talk about that as well. But this this documentary covers everything. I think also the company is releasing a hardback book to go along with this, which I'm not sure if that's still available either. I'm still going to check into that one. If it is, I want to get it, because if it's anything like this, it's phenomenal. I haven't been this excited about a documentary since Never Sleep Again, the Elm Street Legacy, and you know I was crazy for that one. But it's so cool in this movie to see all of the actors back again, because you don't get to see them often, which gets me even more excited because the entire cast is going to be at Texas Frightmare in May. Oh my god, I want to sit on Stephen Jeffries' lap and call him Evil Ed and feed him a cheeseburger. Or something. I love him to death, and he is so funny in this movie, this documentary. Did you call it a documentary movie? I don't know. I'm just rambling. I'm too excited. But yes, if you can get this, go to Fright Night Documentary on Facebook, and they will provide you to the links to Cult Screenings, their website, or I'll try to get the link down below. Don't count me in on that exactly, because we'll see if I can find that or not, but otherwise go to Facebook and find out if you can get this. It's a limited release, so I don't know if there are copies still available, because they just finally released it to the people who had pre-ordered it like a year ago, and we just got our copies. So if you want to see this, which I think you should, and check it out, if you have any love for Fright Night at all, you're going to want this in your collection. It's a keeper. It's something you can watch again and again and always learn something new. It's amazing. The interviews are great. The production is phenomenal. The setup is great. The music is amazing. The animations in between scenes are great. I give this 5 out of 5 next door neighbors with a vengeance for death, or something like that. But yes, that's my interview for You're So Cool, Brewster. You're So Cool, Brewster, the Fright Night story. It's worth it. That's all I gotta say. It's worth it. And thank you guys so much for making this documentary, because it was so worth the wait. So that's my review for today. And stick around, coming soon. I'm going to have 2 new videos coming up. Hopefully by Tuesday, I'm going to do my top 10 movies of 2016. I know I'm a little late, but I had to wait until the end of the year to catch all the movies I wanted to see before the year was done. So I'm going to do that list. And also, I just saw Rob Zombie's 31. I finally got my copy on Blu-ray. It was so amazing and crazy, and I have so many questions. I have as many questions as I have opinions, so we'll have to talk about that one very soon. So watch out for those, and take care, guys, and just remember, if you find out your next door neighbor is a vampire, join up with them. What's the worst that could happen? Bye.